Tagaan.
Tagaan ng Dispersa.
Umuli. Sudrik.
Wala, sir.
No?
Hali? Ako lagi ako. Sir, sandali. Ayun.
Please stand to start with the prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us all today in this important endeavor. We ask that you bestow your guidance and blessing upon each attendee. May we honor one another by keeping an open mind. May we voice our truth and listen with an open heart. Bless everyone present today, that each may be able to share his or her contributions and gifts. Grant good health and safety to loved ones left outside this room, and bestow peace and goodwill to all of us. We ask for your wisdom and grace to use our talents for the betterment of others. May the various activities related to this day be a success with your intervention. With gratitude, we offer this prayer in your name. Amen.
Hello, good morning. So welcome again for today's activity, pre-bid conference. Date 8 February 2025, 10 a.m. at the conference room, the Cebu 2nd DO. It's a for all call for attendance. So this say person that will call your name. Yours truly, Leonard A. Panugalinog, back chairperson. Maria Ligaya A. Senior, back vice chairperson. Sergio Bibido Jr., back member regular. Cedric Floyd A. Durante, back member provisional. Celso J. Saison, back member provisional. Hannah Catherine Arco, head back secretariat. Maria Lolita E. Castro, back secretariat member. Shannon C. Marabeles, back secretariat member. Gerald and the Tinibuji member headed by Engineer Gerald John R. Lim, Richard Daddy Sinyagan, Kevin Joshua A. Tamanaha, Messi Z. Gabonia, Jonah Macy Navarro, Ray Joseph T. Ipis, Quint Marie Arbajo, and Chanda Mini South, And acknowledge also is the from the ano yung supplier no? Infra Machineries, Mary Grace Onabia. Oh, call for conference agenda. Agenda number one, brief presentation, explanation by the back, basic contract data, requirements, and the bidding documents, and documents to be submitted by the bidder. Number two, questions, comments from bidders, and replies of the back. And then number three, other matters, relevant department orders, and GPB resolutions. Next, for basic contract data, we have CY 2024 goods and services with contract ID number 24 JHG011, contract name, supply and delivery of motor vehicles, equipments used in construction, improvement, rehabilitation, and maintenance of roads and bridges, and other infrastructure, and for use in waste management and environmental sanitation maintenance section. Location, Cebu Province, ABC is 19,500,000. Consideration 30 calendar days. Source of fund, FY 2024 General Appropriations Act, Engineering and Administrative Overhead. Mode of procurement, competitive bidding document cost is 25,000 pesos. Look at the next. Next is requirements in the bidding documents. Documents to be submitted by the bidder for goods and services. Technical components, Class A, legal documents. Job certificate of registration. Basta basa mo.
For technical components, Class A legal documents, we have PhilJEF Certificate of Registration. Number two is DTI Business Name Registration or SEC Registration Certificate or CDA for cooperatives. The third is valid and current mayor's permit, municipal license. Fourth, statement of ongoing and similar completed government and private contracts. The fifth is audited financial statement stamped received by BIR. Number six, computation of net financial contracting capacity or committed line of credit. The seventh is tax clearance per Executive Order number 398, series of 2005. For technical documents, Class A technical documents, we have bid securing declaration or bid security, statement of single largest completed contract, technical specifications proposal, production delivery schedule, manpower requirements if applicable, after sales service parts if applicable, and omnibus turn statement. Next, please. For the technical documents, Class B documents, valid joint venture agreement in case that joint venture is already in existence. In the absence of a GVA, duly notarized statements from all the potential GV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the GVA in the instance that the bid is successful and shall be included in the bid, and that the information therein is true and correct. The financial components consist of bid form, which includes bid prices, two, bill of quantities, which includes unit bid price and total bid price per item. The third is recurring and maintenance costs if applicable. Important reminder, any missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient document in the above-mentioned checklist is the ground for outright rejection of the bid. Other department orders will be discussed by our chief of the planning section, bids and awards committee chairman.
Uh, The project contract ID number 24 GHG011, supply and delivery of motor vehicles, equipments used in construction, improvement, rehabilitation, and maintenance of roads, bridge, and other infrastructure for use in waste management and environmental sanitation, maintenance section. Next slide. Bid data sheet, the procuring entity, DPWH Music DEO, contract name, supply and delivery of motor vehicles, equipments used in construction improvement, rehabilitation, and maintenance of roads, bridge, and other infrastructure and for use in waste management and environmental sanitation, maintenance section. Contract name ID, identification number of contract is 24GHG011. The Government of the Philippines through FY 2024 General Appropriation Act, engineering and administrative overhead in amount of 19,500,000 pesos, 500,000 pesos. The bid security shall be in the form of bid security declaration or any of the following form and amounts, the amount not less than 390,000 pesos, equivalent to 2% of ABC, and if bid security is in cash, cashier's manager's check, bank draft guarantee, and irrevocable letter of credit, or the amount or of not less than 975,000 pesos, equivalent to 5% of the ABC, if bid security is in surety bond. The bid and bid security shall be valid until 120 calendar days upon opening of bids in schedule of requirements. Item number 1, vibratory roller. The specification, engine model GX630, APA Phase 3, China Stage 1. Engine type, gasoline, air-cooled 4-cycle, 2-cylinder V type. Displacement, 0.668 L. Rated output is 12 kilowatt, 16 horsepower. Max operating weight with ROPS is 1,560 kilogram. Load and front axle, 650 kilogram. Load on rear axle is 820 kilogram. Number of speed shifts, 1. Service brake, dynamic braking through head to static drive system. Lever, parking brake, mechanically disc type parking brake lever. Fuel tank capacity, 30 liters. Hydraulic oil tank capacity, 30 liters. Water sprinkler tank capacity, 150 liters. Next is number 2, multipurpose compactor roller, unit 1. Specification, engine is V3307 CRT E4B, engine power 55 kilowatts, 75 HP. Emission level, stage 5. Number of cylinder 4. Cabin type, air condition. Driving mechanism, hydrostatic 4-wheel drive with all automatic control, 16-ton axles with heavy planetary and drive 100% electrical lock on both axles. Driving speed, 2-speed, 0 to 10 km per hour, 0 to 20 km per hour. Automatic gears. Service weight, 5,200 kilogram. Standard tires is 11.5 80-15.3 AS. Bucket capacity minimum is 0.81 cubic meter. Bucket capacity maximum is 0.86 cubic meter. Travel speed is 20 kilometer per hour. Item number 3, backhoe loader. Unit 1, specification, capacity of 1.1 cubic loader per 0.24 cubic excavator. Engine, 96 horsepower at 22,000 RPM. Max torque, 377 Newton meter at 1,400 RPM. Transmission, synchro, shuttle transmission, gearbox, single switch forward, reverse function for better loading application with 4 forward and for reverse speed, speed 40 kph, axle front drive and steer axle just centrally pivoted rear, rigid axle with planetary drive, brakes hydraulic wet disc brakes at rear, wheels with twin pedals in cabin for better control, mechanically actuated disc brakes for parking. Front tires are 12.5 80-18-12 PR. Rear tires 16.9-28-12 PR. Fuel tank capacity is 150 liters. So for other matters, we have Department Order number 1270 of 2018. Department Order number 127, subject strict compliance application of RA 9184 in the conduct of post-qualification of bidders with delayed ongoing contracts with DPWH. All bids and awards committee, Central Regional District are hereby directed to strictly apply, among others, during the conduct of post-qualification, award of contract with the following guidelines. During post-qualification, the BOC shall determine the bidder's compliance through 1. Verification and validation of bidder's stated competence and experience, including the declared singular just completed contract, essentially similar to the contract being procured. Number 2, verification of competence and experience of the bidder's key personnel to assign to the contract as against in the minimum requirements under the bid data sheet. Number 3, verification of ability of and commitment on or inspection on testing of the required capacities and operating conditions of major equipment units to be owned, leased, under purchase by the bidder for use in the contract under bidding. Checking on the performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contracts. If any of these ongoing contracts shows a reported negative slippage of at least 15% in the single contract, or B, a reported negative slippage at least 10% in 2 or more contracts, and C, failure of the contractor to commence repair works in ongoing contracts with 7 days, and to complete them within 30 days after the receipt of the current entity's notice of defects and deficiencies, or failure of the contractor to commence repairs work or on contracts with pending certificate of acceptance within 30 days, and to complete the works within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures, or E, substandard quality of work as per contract plans specification, or F, unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligation as per contract terms and condition and at the time of inspection, or liquidated damages currently imposed of the contractor. 5, the result of the contractor's should be also considered by the concerned BOC in determining the responsiveness of the contractor's bid before award. Any award of contract takes place stated in item 12.5 Annex E of the 2016 revised RR of RA 9184. If the BOC verifies any of this deficiency to be due to the contractor's fault or negligence, the agency shall disqualify the contractors from the award for the procurement of infrastructure projects. Signed, Mark A. Villar, former secretary. Next is Department Order number 17, three-strike policy in the procurement of contracts for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services. To further strengthen the integrity of the competitive bidding process, the following instructions are hereby issued pertaining to the implementation of three-strike policy of DPWH against violations of Section 69.1 I of the implementing rules and regulations IR of Republic Act number 9184. The violation enumerated in the CDO number 35, which are considered acts as an act that then tends to defeat the purpose of public bidding, under the three-strike policy are hereby amended as follows. A bidder that had purchased bidding documents but subsequently withdrawn from bidding or submitted a letter of non-participation, or C, did not submit a bid without a valid cause as determined by the Bids and Awards Committee back concern. A bidder submitting a late bid without a valid cause as determined by the back concern. C, a bidder submitting insufficient defective documents as insufficient bid securities and other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of public biddings as determined by the concerned back, provided that these acts had been indicated in or discussed in the instruction to bidders, bid bulletins, notices, minutes of pre-bid conference, or other similar instruments. Each offense by a bidder referred to Section 69.1 of the IRR as stated in the CDO number 35 consists of 3 violations or strikes within period of 1 year, starting from the date of the first strike for all procurements by the offices of DPWH. Every time a bidder is observed to have done any of the 4 acts enumerated in item 1 of this DO, the chairperson of the back concerned shall immediately serve as written notice to the bidder informing him to his act and giving him 5 days to show cause why he should not be sanctioned under this DO for committing an act which tends to defeat the purpose of public bidding under three-strike policy of DPWH. Based on the verified three-strike reports received from the BAC, the procurement service in coordination with the legal service shall recommend the DPWH secretary to for approval of the following administrative sanctions on the hearing contractor for violation of three-strike policy. For the first violation or strike, a first warning. For the second strike or a second warning. For the third strike, which together with the first 2 strikes constitutes the first offense against the three-strike policy, administrative penalty or suspension for 1 year from participating in any procurement process in any office of the DPWH. For the second offense, for the example, the second set of 3 strikes committed by the bidder, an administrative penalty or suspension of 2 years from participating in any procurement process in any office of the DPWH. Next is GPPB Resolution number 15-2021, lifting the suspension of the implementation of the mandatory submission of PhilJEP Certificate of Platinum Registration and Membership in Competitive Bidding and Limited Source Bidding, amending Section 8.5.2, 23.1A2, 23.3, 24.1A2, 24.4.3 to 34.3, and 54.6 of the 2016 revised RR of RA 914, items 4G1 and at 5D1B, as well as Appendix A of the Annex H thereof, items 4 and 6 of the guidelines for the use of the Government of the Philippines Official Merchants Registry, and item 1 of sections 8 and 9 of the 6th edition of the Philippine Bidding Documents for Goods and Infrastructure Projects. Next is GPPB Resolution number 16-0200, approving the circular on the guidelines in the preparation of the simplified Philippine bidding documents for goods and infrastructure projects and submission of the required forms for the procurement of goods, infrastructure projects, and consulting services with related amendments to the 2016 revised implementing rules and regulation of Republic Act number 9184. So that's end the presentation. Ay, question, ma'am?
Ikatong ang ipang dito makita sa pages na mo kung sir katong mga need ninyong equipment
kung sa'yo na dito.
Oh.
Sige, sige. So, let's adjourn for today's activity at exactly 10:21 a.m. So it is duly seconded. So today's activity is adjourned. Thank you.